The basketball world froze in disbelief when Sandy Brondello made her stunning announcement. The championship-winning coach who everyone expected to lead Paige Bueckers and her loaded Dallas Wings roster had done the unthinkable. She walked away. Not to another contender, not to chase a ring, but to an expansion team, the Toronto Tempo, a franchise that doesn't even have a history yet. The woman who had conquered the league, coached Olympians, and earned the respect of an entire generation of players suddenly decided to start over from scratch. For weeks, the rumors were swirling. Dallas wanted her badly. Insiders described her as the dream candidate, disciplined, respected, and proven. She had the résumé, the composure, and the championship pedigree to turn the Wings' immense potential into reality. Fans were convinced it was a done deal. Sports outlets were already designing graphics that showed Paige Bueckers and Sandy Brondello side by side, a superstar player and a championship coach destined for dominance. But then came the shock. Brondello declined the offer. No leaks, no slow buildup, just a simple, earth-shattering no. At first, the news didn't make sense. Why would anyone turn down a ready-made roster filled with young stars, a team with the talent to contend immediately? But as the dust settled, it became clear that this was not just a career decision, it was a statement. Brondello wasn't rejecting the Wings. She was rejecting what they represented: pressure, instability, and a system that eats coaches alive. She knew that in Dallas, one bad start could erase a legacy. She knew the Wings' front office, notorious for micromanagement, would never give her full control. And she knew that stepping into a spotlight that intense, alongside one of the most hyped players in women's basketball, meant her every move would be dissected, second-guessed, and sensationalized. In truth, Dallas didn't offer opportunity. It offered a ticking clock. A franchise desperate to prove itself, hungry for wins but unwilling to give its coaches time to breathe. For Brondello, that was a trap. The expectations were astronomical. Develop Paige Bueckers, win instantly, and navigate the politics of a front office that has seen more turnover than trophies. Any stumble, any sign of struggle, and she'd be the first to take the blame. The Wings wanted control. Brondello wanted freedom, and that's exactly what Toronto offered. When the newly formed Toronto Tempo approached her, the offer seemed modest on paper: an expansion team, a blank slate, a long road ahead. But beneath that was something far more valuable: time, patience, power, the ability to build something real, brick by brick, without the suffocating weight of immediate expectations. For a veteran coach like Brondello, that meant everything. Instead of inheriting someone else's problems, she could create her own system, her own culture, her own legacy. Toronto's entry into the WNBA was already historic, marking the league's bold expansion into international territory. But with Brondello at the helm, it became more than that. It became symbolic. She wasn't just taking a job. She was pioneering a movement. She was helping to push women's basketball into new markets, new audiences, new heights. In Toronto, she saw not a risk, but a revolution waiting to happen. A passionate fan base, a global city, and a franchise that represented the WNBA's next great frontier. And unlike Dallas, where patience runs thin, Toronto gave her something rare in professional sports: security. Expansion franchises are granted grace: 4 or 5 years to build a foundation, develop chemistry, and establish an identity. Brondello understood that long-term vision matters more than instant gratification. Toronto wasn't promising her a shortcut to success. It was offering her authorship. Still, this wasn't just about the cities or the contracts. It was about Paige Bueckers, the young superstar caught in the middle. Bueckers is everything a franchise dreams of: marketable, talented, and magnetic. But with that comes intense pressure, the kind that can crush even experienced coaches. Every possession she plays becomes a headline. Every loss becomes a scandal. Brondello knew that coaching Bueckers meant inheriting the weight of impossible expectations. Winning wasn't optional. It was mandatory. And if the team faltered, it wouldn't be management taking the fall. It would be her. Behind the glamour, Dallas carries a darker reputation. Insiders describe the Wings organization as volatile, with blurred lines between ownership and coaching staff. Multiple coaches have come and gone in quick succession, victims of unrealistic expectations and lack of autonomy. For someone like Brondello, who's spent decades earning her voice, stepping into that chaos wasn't ambition. It was suicide. She saw the warning signs early, and she made the boldest move a coach can make. She walked away. Toronto, on the other hand, offered not just basketball freedom but lifestyle balance. It's a global hub with a passionate fan base, a growing sports culture, and access to international talent pipelines that few US teams can tap into. For someone who's spent years coaching on the world stage, that matters. The Tempo won't just be a team, they'll be an experiment in globalization. And Brondello, with her international experience and calm leadership, is the perfect architect for that vision. Her choice also highlights something the WNBA rarely discusses publicly: the double standard of coaching expectations. Male coaches in similar situations are often given years to build. Female coaches, even champions, are expected to fix everything overnight. Brondello's move flips that script entirely. She chose sustainability over spectacle. She chose process over panic. And in doing so, she exposed the uncomfortable truth about how success is measured in women's sports. The reaction from Dallas fans was immediate and emotional. Many felt blindsided, accusing management of blowing a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Others sympathized with Brondello, calling her decision brilliant and self-preserving. But as the story spread, something larger became clear. This wasn't just a coaching switch. It was a power shift. Sandy Brondello's decision redefined what ambition looks like in the WNBA. For the first time, a top-tier coach turned down a playoff-ready roster for a startup franchise, prioritizing creative control over convenience. She reminded everyone that prestige doesn't always equal purpose. Sometimes the real victory lies in starting something new, something lasting, something that will outlive the hype. And as Toronto begins to assemble its first-ever roster, Brondello stands at the center of a moment that could shape the future of the league. She's not chasing another ring. She's chasing meaning. She's building a culture from the ground up, a team, a city, a story that belongs entirely to her. And if history has taught us anything about Sandy Brondello, it's that when she commits to a project, she doesn't just aim to compete, she aims to conquer. So what do you think? Did Sandy Brondello just make the smartest move of her career? Or did she walk away from a dynasty in the making? Was this about power, vision, or something deeper behind the scenes in Dallas? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you love deep dives into the untold stories behind the game, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Because the WNBA is changing fast, and we're here to break down every twist, turn, and hidden truth that defines